Okay, we've identified a few issues with the power load system that we wanted to address just to make sure you guys know how to overcome them in case you come across them. I do want you guys to watch the video that shows basic operation, which will include with an email with this. But the issues that we've identified come when the vehicle's parked at different angles. If you're in this kind of situation where the vehicle's parked kind of nose downhill with the rear tires at the top of the hill and then the hill kind of sloping away off the back, that'll create an issue. Also, if you're at an extreme side slope, that'll create an issue. The first thing you want to kind of do is make sure that your air dump is lowered. So make sure your parking brake's set and that you actually hit your air dump to lower your deck height as low as possible. The higher this deck height is, the more problems you're going to have. When you're bringing the PRAM out, you'll actually notice it raises up a little bit. You'll hit that little release lever that I hit to bring it out. You're going to bring it all the way out until those lights turn on green. Once those lights turn on green, you're going to hit the plus button and bring your wheels as low as they can get. Okay, what you'll notice is I've actually taken this as low as it can get, and we have not actually hit the ground yet. These are still floating. So this is part of why that nose down, tires at the top of the hill will be a bit of an issue for you. There's two different ways that we've identified how you can overcome this. You can either come and lift this up and actually take the weight of the patient and then continue to hit the plus button until those arms up there actually come to their full lowered position. So long as those arms are all the way down, then you should be able to come back down and now the wheels are actually on the ground. Once you're in that position, you can hit the disengage button. There's a small button here, which will actually unlock the top. We'll also show you some levers here in a little bit at the top that disengage that. You'll see when I hit the button, the light changes to a flashing yellow. Now I can actually bring my PRAM out. Okay, we'll go ahead and load this back in, and I'll show you kind of the other way to overcome that. Actually, one of the other issues, and this will become more of an issue on the side slope that we have to make sure is, you'll see a ramp kind of right here. You'll also notice on the inside of the PRAM, there's these pins. Both of these pins have to be sitting on the top side of this ramp. If one of the pins gets underneath the ramp, or both of them get underneath the ramp, the whole thing's going to bind up. You will not be able to lock it in. So when you're bringing this in, a couple different things. You're going to want to make sure these arms are all the way down and that this bar is hitting the top of the arm and folding up and under. And then that each of those pins is sitting on the tops of these ramps. Okay? Because we're still on that weird hill, you may end up having to lift this up a little bit to get those pins to engage. When the pins have engaged fully, the lights will turn on green. Once you're in that position, you can hit the negative button, which will bring the arms back up, lift the PRAM up, bring the wheels all the way up. Once it's stopped, you can slide the whole thing back in just like a drawer. And you'll see it auto engages there. I'm going to bring it back out again. I want to show you another way to overcome this. So once again, push down the lever, slide it out, bring this all the way out. You're going to hit your plus button and bring your wheels all the way down. Once again, we're still kind of floating there. So what you can do is come up here and hit the large button here. This large button will actually release hydraulic pressure and allow the PRAM to come the rest of the way down. Okay? You're then going to come back here. Now that the wheels are on the ground, you should be able to hit the plus button, which should bring those arms the rest of the way away. So make sure you actually get those arms all the way out of the way. Then once again, you can release it. This time, instead of using the small button, I'm actually going to come up here and release it. There's some release levers back here that you can utilize. So just pull those up, and then you can bring it out that way. So long as you make sure all those points are hit, that before you load this, these arms are in their lower position. If for whatever reason they're left up, you can actually manually lower them down by pushing the button and pushing these down. Once again, that's that really large button that was over here. This one here. So make sure that's all the way down. That way when you bring it in, it'll fold that bar appropriately. Make sure your pins are on top of the ramps on both sides. Push it all the way forward until it engages. If it's not engaging easily, you may have to lift the PRAM a little bit. Then you can hit your negative button, which should then take the weight, and you can slide it in like a drawer. And that should get you through most problem scenarios that we've come across so far.